Historical events that happened in January, Richard.
Yeah, 14 clues, 7 on each board to historical events that happened in January. We'll show you the years in which they happened as well. This will be useful if you've done a history degree, which is things that happened in January.
Yeah.
Which is how we tend to look at history.
That tends to be, pretty much.
Yeah, I did August history. That's my degree.
All right, that's interesting.
Just things that happened in August.
Yeah, I did works of literature beginning with N.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was your degree. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. OK, so we are looking for these events that happened, as it says, in January. This currency was introduced in participating member states of the European Union 1st of January 2002. This man was inaugurated as the first president of the French Fifth Republic, 8th of Jan 1959. The expedition led by this explorer reached the South Pole only to discover that the Norwegian Roald Amundsen had beaten them to it, 17th of Jan 1912. This French novelist published his open letter J'accuse, a blistering attack on the French army, 13th of Jan 1898. Galileo discovered 4 moons that revolved around this planet, 7th of Jan 1610. This band gave their final live performance on the roof of the Apple headquarters in Savile Row, 30th of Jan 1969. And the world's first underground railway line was opened in this city, 10th of Jan 1863. There we are. Ben, welcome back. All these events taking place in January. What is leaping out at you?
I'm going to go for the bottom one. I'm going to go London.
OK, world's first underground railway line, London, says Ben. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said London. It is London. And that goes down to 45. Not bad, Ben.
Yeah, for the first 11 years, you couldn't smoke on the London Underground. Then for the next 110 years, you could.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, Denny, what are you going to go for on our board here?
I'm going to go for the band on Savile Row as the Beatles.
The Beatles, says Denny. Let's see if that's right, from the roof of the building in Savile Row. It is the Beatles. 45 is the only score we have at the moment. You score 51. Not bad.
Yeah, it's very cold up there. That's why John Lennon and Ringo Starr both were wearing their wives' coats during that.
Yes.
And the microphones all had tights over them to stop the wind.
Barry, welcome back.
Thank you. I think I'm going to go with the man who was inaugurated as the first president of the Fifth Republic, Charles de Gaulle.
Charles de Gaulle, says Barry. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said de Gaulle. It is absolutely right. 51's the high score, 45's the low, and you passed both of them. Look at that, down to 19. Very well done indeed, Barry. 19 for Charles de Gaulle.
Well played, Barry. Yeah, Charles de Gaulle escaped to London in 1940, refused to accept the French truce with the Germans, and he formed a sort of a government in exile. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Jason, all these clues relate to historical events that took place in January. Can you find the answers?
So, Euro on the top. The expedition, I think, was Scott. The French novelist, I have no idea. And Galileo, I'm thinking, would probably be... I'm thinking that was Mars. But I'm going to go with the third one down, which is Scott.
OK, you're going to go for Scott. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Scott. Is right. 51 still the high score, and you passed that. 19's the low score. There you are on 20. Not bad at all, Jason.
It's a nice end to that pass. Let's fill the rest of these in. You're right about the Euro. Would have scored you 67 points. Now, Galileo discovered 4 moons revolved around...
Jupiter, I think.
Jupiter was the answer there. Would have scored 25. The best answer on the board, the French novelist? Émile Zola.
Émile Zola.
Zola would have scored you 2 points. Best answer. Well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, here we are, halfway through round 1. Well done, Barry and Linda, looking very strong. And, Denny and Joe, a little bit high there. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Let's put 7 more clues to historical events that occurred in January up on the board, and here they are. We have got this man became the first foreign manager of the England men's football team, 12th of Jan 2001. In the aftermath of the Suez crisis, this British Prime Minister resigned after less than 2 years in office, 9th of Jan 1957. This British monarch died after a 63-year reign, 22nd of Jan, 1901. Pope Leo X issued a papal bull excommunicating this German Protestant reformer from the Catholic Church, 3rd of Jan, 1521. This man was sworn in as the youngest elected president of the US, 20th of Jan, 1961. Henry VIII married this woman, who became his fourth wife, 6th of Jan, 1540. And this man was appointed Chancellor of Germany, 30th of Jan, 1933. There we are. Charlotte, welcome to Pointless. How do you like our board? What are you going to go for?
I think, Sandra, I'll go for the first one, Sven-Göran Eriksson.
Sven-Göran Eriksson, says Charlotte. Here is your red line. Can you get below that? I wonder. Let's see. Sven-Göran Eriksson. It's right. Very well done indeed. Perfect. 26, taking your total up to 46 and seeing you straight through to the next round.
Well played, Charlotte. Has gone on since to manage all sorts of clubs in all sorts of places, including China and the Philippines.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Linda, welcome back. There you are, you're on 19. If you can score 31 or less, you're through.
Well, I doubt it will, because I'm not terribly good on history. But I'm going to go for this man was sworn in as the youngest elected president of the US, and that's John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy, says Linda. Here is your red line. Let's see if you can get close to that with John F. Kennedy. It's right. 48 for John F. Kennedy. Not bad, taking your total up to 67.
Yeah, he was once stranded on an island in the Pacific Ocean during the Second World War, and he etched an SOS message into a coconut shell. And when he became president, he had that coconut shell encased in wood in the Oval Office.
So he didn't send it anywhere?
Well, he
I guess
can't
he
have
didn't.
done,
I
right?
suppose he can't
Because
have.
otherwise he wouldn't have got it back.
Got it back.
So something's up with that story.
Something's up. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Joe, you score 15 or less, you're through.
Okie dokie.
Score over that, you're through. If you see what I'm saying.
So there's one that I definitely know, and then there's one that I'm 7% certain on. So that would be crazy to go for that one.
Unless it scored 7, which
you
would be
know what?
absolutely perfect, get you through.
OK, I'm going to go for it, guys. And I'm going to go for the final clue, which is this man was appointed Chancellor of Germany as Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler, Chancellor of Germany in 1933. Let's see if that's right. Here is your red line. How far down the column can you get with that? Let's see. Very well done, it's right. 38, not bad. But that was a risk worth taking. 89 is your total. The game is not yet over.
Yeah, I think that was the right thing to do. He's very wealthy, Hitler, mainly he never paid any income tax.
It's not the greatest of his crimes, is it?
You are absolutely right.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
indicative of the sort of man, you know.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Matt, do you fancy talking us through this board?
I'd love to, but I've got no idea on most of them. I think the monarch that died was Queen Victoria. I think that's probably likely to score too high. The only other one that I've got a name in my head would be the fourth wife, and that would be Catherine of Aragon, but I couldn't tell you which one of the 6 that was. So I'm going to have to go for the wife of Henry VIII as Catherine of Aragon.
OK, Catherine of Aragon, says Matt. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with Catherine of Aragon? Let's find out. Bad luck, Matt. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points. Takes your total up to 145.
The right thing to do, though, you had a 1 in 6 chance, didn't you? And you were quite right. Queen Victoria would have scored you too many points. She would have scored you 62. So, yeah, it is 1 in 6, but Henry VIII's fourth wife was... Do you know that?
Anne of Cleves,
Anne of Cleves is the right answer, yeah.
Oh.
14 points, well done. The Suez Crisis...
Is Eden.
Anthony Eden, yep. He would have scored you 16. And the German Protestant reformer...
Is Martin Luther.
Martin Luther. And he would have scored 13. Best answer on the board, Martin Luther.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to a pair. And Matt, I'm afraid, Matt and Ben, it's you again. Yeah. First round again. I'm so sorry. That was tough. You were put on the spot there, Matt. But it's been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming to play. Matt and Ben.